I do that shit.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is
In other news, I don't do drugs anymore.
Rocky, it's no Rocky Banks.
Who is Rocky Banks? Who?
Who's Rocky Banks? Rocky Banks. Rocky.
Rocky.
Rocky. Rocky.
Who are you?
Good Deeds and God Bless. It's the leader of the Yellow Heart Gang, Rocky Banks, from Houston, Texas. Originally born in a small town about 88 miles west of here called Weimar, Texas. I grew up in a single parent household. It was me, my brother, and my little sister. And of course, being the middle child, I was the black sheep, so I always kept myself, I guess intertwined and entertained with anything that I could do artistically or challenge my imagination, you know what I'm saying? From creating storylines with action figures to, writing poetry in my spare time.
What led you into getting into music? Like, where does music play in your life when you were younger, growing up?
And music, I just always wanted to be entertaining, bro. Every time, it was a family reunion or a wedding or something, everybody be like, yo, get out there, do the Michael Jackson. Of course, Michael Jackson is my inspiration as an entertainer, man. I feel like from top to bottom, he touched everything from, making the best music possible to making the best visuals possible. You know what I mean? He put all his money into his art, and that was very admirable to me, and that's what I'm trying to do now with my art.
Okay. Now, when was the first time when you just picked up the microphone and said, you know what, I'm gonna start getting into rapping?
Probably like 15, turning 16, I really jumped into doing music for real, you know what I'm saying, going to record. I did a couple of open mic sessions, you know what I'm saying, just messing around, but to really just dive in and do music seriously, I think I'm like 15, 16.
Now, there's a lot of different stuff going on in your project that you currently got out now. If you had to if someone's writing a paper on your project, how would they go about a storyline of what it's about? Like subject matters wise.
Like a synopsis?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's a storyline of a young guy really realizing what his position is and what his role is in life. You know what I'm saying? From start to finish, I give a brief description of my childhood, and then I kind of dive into the things that somewhat broke me down that I used to help build me back up.
You're anti-drugs.
Yeah, anti-drugs.
Can you speak a little bit on that and like what's led you into that?
Man, just like any other kid, I dibbled and dabbled and experimented with drugs. When I was a kid, I was using painkillers to suppress, any emotion I wanted to have, whether I wanted to take myself out of whatever environment I was in and just really want to feel numb, you know what I'm saying? Then it kind of progressed into, some more hardcore drugs, cocaine, more Xanax from there. That's not a painkiller, but antidepressants, and some hallucinogens too, you know what I mean? Mushrooms, or anything that I felt like would make me feel high. Molly, anything, you know what I'm saying? All kind of pills.
I feel like we're reaching a point in hip-hop right now where it's just shedding more light, especially down south with like lean and Zans, people really overdosing over it. I don't want to say it's a wave, but it's almost like it's more noticeable to not be on that shit. And that's why I got in the community for a sense of kind of like, not necessarily hopping on it before, but you kind of like saw it and speculate that's not the way to go.
Yeah, bro.
For you.
Yeah, and it was just, I really wasn't looking at it to be like a pioneer for somebody to be anti-drugs and their music, but I felt like looking at the state of hip-hop and just what was being promoted, and then I saw so many people kind of like jumping into a lifestyle that really wasn't theirs, you know what I mean? Because they heard it in the song, then hearing interviews from people saying the reason why they make, those type of songs. It just kind of gave me an overall perspective like, okay, I can't contribute to that. You know what I'm saying? I can't contribute to the regression of our community, if that makes sense.
I feel you.
So when I made that decision, it was pretty much a light switch because I almost lost my life. You know what I'm saying? Of course, me being not in the best health to begin with. You know what I'm saying? I do have asthma. You know what I'm saying? And it's hell. Of course, you know what's up with that. So, I really just wasn't taking care of my body. I just was kind of like trying to I was kind of self-destructing, bro. I was really trying to sabotage my own life, and that was, you know, the result of depression. So I seeked help. I checked myself into rehab. I went to therapy, and shoot, luckily I had a family that, you know, kept their hands on me and they let me go too far. You know what I'm saying? So from there, that really embarked the journey on, you know, everything anti-drug. And I'm not one of those. I'm not the here to be different guy. I'm not out here saying that I'm perfect and, you know,
like not trying to be a poster child.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a poster child, but what I'm saying is it's a better way of living. You know what I'm saying? It's nobody is really holding anybody accountable for progressing in life, and that's what we're supposed to do. You know, as human beings, better one another. You know what I'm saying? And push the next person to be the best person they can be. Otherwise, the world won't progress. So that's really been my whole take and my approach to the music game and my whole entire brand.
Alright, so one thing I wanted to talk about was your videos.
Right.
Like the last two you put out for your singles go pretty hard. Like from Tony Hawk and Through the Phone, even leading up to those, like how do you get your inspiration for your videos and people you work with on putting them together?
For the most part, I like to take the cinematography approach, you know, the cinematic approach to all my videos. So I sit back and I watch films all day, bro. Like I'm really into films, bro. So I'm the type of dude that sit back and watch the credits. You know what I'm saying? So the process is, bro, I just try to put my own creative spin on it, use my flavor, my personality, and kind of like mesh ideas that the original director had, and kind of put my own spin on it. And from there, you know, I write all my treatments. It's kind of hard to explain this. As I'm writing the treatment, everything is playing in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like from the way the video opens to the way the credits look, everything is playing in my head. So once I write that out, I just go shoot the video, and it's already, the shots are set up and designated to how I want to edit the video, how we want that video to be edited. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Another question I wanted to know is, what's the process of putting together your latest project? You know, especially from the producer side, because I gotta get credit for Mufasa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shout out
Like,
to
it's
Mufasa
dope.
Angela, the dopest producer I think in the world, bro. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Man, we just, bro, since 2011, bro, we just been really just bouncing ideas off of each other. You know, he's been one of the people who's kind of like expanded my musical knowledge and gave me, you know, new sounds to play with. You know what I mean? And told me that my approach to music was gonna be different way before I even realized that I was gonna be doing it. You know what I'm saying? So the process is, bro, we just get in there, everything's made from scratch. I'll come in, I'll say I got an idea, I kind of want to have this energy. And we'll start cooking up from there. Or sometimes I'll shoot him a sample that I want to mess with, I want to chop up. And then he'll shoot me some ideas, hey, you should listen to this. And I'll come in there with a totally different mindset. Okay, let's attack it from here. Most of the time, when I record, I just record a bunch of songs at once and see what kind of mode I'm going into. Then I break the project down in pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I don't even record the first track to the end of the project. You know what I'm saying?
So I do it backwards, maybe?
I don't even think I do it backwards. I just think sometimes, like, I might start at the end of it. It's kind of like how you study sometimes, bro. Like, you start at this section of it, then you go to this section and kind of like brush up on the shit you already know or don't know, you know what I'm saying?
And you just move around.
And then you just move around, bro. So if I know I'm gonna do like a super duper like hard ass track, bro, I'm gonna like knock out about 4 or 5 of those just to pick from, so I know what the single is, you know what I'm saying? So from there, once I figure out the overall sonics, then I come up with the concept.
With the process of making the music, I feel like you got a really good team with the way you run. Do you have any advice in the sense of the upcoming artists, of like in the sense of the marketing management side of how you work in music, team effort, anything?
Yeah, I would say, bro, you know, a lot of people go out and they try to find their manager. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a thing you should do. I think anybody that's coming on your team, they should organically want to come fuck with you as a person. You know what I'm saying? So everybody that's around me, it kind of ranges, bro. Most of them are like people that I never would have thought, you know, I would be working with now.
You keep it genuine.
It's genuine, bro. And then it's like I've seen these people, you know, in my past, but I didn't know who they were. So I felt like it was destiny. I always pay attention to signs too. Like if there's somebody that's constantly showing up to your stuff, figure out what they do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a talent, and everybody's looking for a place to channel that talent. You know what I'm saying? So eventually your team just will build organically. You know what I'm saying? And marketing, I think marketing is a trial and error, bro.
Yeah.
Marketing is trial and error. Like you pay attention to certain things, you can look up, you know, the details. I mean, all the like little checkpoints. You can read a book on it, but at the end of the day, everything that worked for the last person not gonna work for you.
I feel like you gotta have your own flavor with it. I feel like you really bring that with it.
And I appreciate that. I just think it's like everything that happened in my marketing approach was all like kind of like an epiphany. Like, wait a minute, bro. This has been a part of my life the whole time. Okay, so how can I flip this? I've been saying this, so all of it is just pulled from elements. Make sure that your marketing tactics are all natural. Don't try to do something that's out of your element. Otherwise, you got to be this fake person your whole career. I think when you approach your artistry as naturally as you possibly can, and then understand the barrier between being an artist and an actual human being, and just your responsibility as a public figure, then I think your artistry will grow. You know what I mean? I think because you have more of an understanding of purpose. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Thank you.
As a fan, you wouldn't be over.
Oh, thank you.
What would you say is some of the struggling points of an artist that kind of help you grow?
Man, bro, I'm still going through them now, just as just personal things. You know, I think the biggest challenge for an artist is trying to figure out how to be liked. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That can be very discouraging when you put all your effort into building it, and then people not receiving it the way you want them to receive it. Those things help me realize that if I do this, I get that. If you work, you get results. A lot of people kind of like want instant gratification for shit. You know, You know, once you understand there's no instant gratification in anything you working for, I think that's when you become extremely successful. And success is your standard. You know. Some people might think skipping a rock 4 times is being very successful, you know what I'm saying? Once you grasp the concept of this is what I'm trying to do, and this is how it needs to be done, and until I check off every single thing on that list, I don't have room to complain about it. I really just need to be quiet and keep working, you know what I'm saying? And really just putting that on myself, that's what keeps me pushing every day. Cause, man, I'm kind of crazy, bro. Like, I think every artist is crazy. Every artist has this thing that drives them. Whether it be people saying they don't believe in you, whether it be people kind of like bullying you, whether it be people like
trauma can play into it a lot too.
Trauma too. Yeah. Trauma really plays into it. Just stuff that you go through as a child. I think that shapes every individual. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you go through as a child defines who you are as a person in that current state. That day when they meet you.
What's your perspective on, I guess, Houston's music scene in the sense of, like, how do you feel about it?
I think that we have more creatives in Houston, exceptional creatives in Houston than what's on the top 100 right now. We need a funnel, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like it's no outlet. In Houston, bro, we just need a place where a system can be created to push out artists.
Because I feel like the way Houston runs, the more successful artists, it runs like word of mouth. You know what I mean? It's like, don't get me wrong, I got the internet, but almost I feel like Houston almost took a blow from the internet because you got people who can say, oh, I'm influenced by this type of music, I got this shit. But then you got people who can just straight up jack that whole style. And it's just kind of forgotten about. And that's the weird shit about it. Because Houston's got, it doesn't have a structured new sound, but everyone knows what the old sound of Houston is. And it's influenced all other people's artists. Right. All their production.
Yeah, and then I think you had to have kind of like got a taste of that era before the internet hit really hard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You had to have really have been out there to see what it was like and been in that mix. Because like, bro, like the hustle of trying to get on the show, it's so different now because
it's like it's a big ass gap.
Huge gap. Yeah. So now it's like a resurgence. now we gotta kind of like jump on this way because now, ever since I would say ASAP Rocky came out, the culture, we never really realized how much our culture was being taken.
Yeah.
And kind of like
We
we got pushed back to the, you know, to the back a little bit. Now we kind of like strong on it saying, nah, we started this. Now hold on, wait a minute. We coming. Like even shout out to Sauce Walker. Sauce Walker played a big role, and I don't care what nobody say. He played a big role in putting that spotlight back on Texas and saying, oh, this what they about. The South is like the new coming down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody saying I'm dripping, that's like I'm coming down. You know what I'm saying? That's the new, that's the new slang. That's what Texas is about. That's what people identify Texas with now.
It's the culture.
It's the culture of it now. I can't tell you how many rappers I know that you know want the Pippin culture, and that kind of goes back into what you said about the internet, because he took over the internet. He understood that he had both, the best of both worlds. He was out there when the OGs was doing it, and then he's young enough to understand the power of the internet. So what he did was he merged that and came up with a surefire branding technique.
And it's organic and genuine.
It's organic and genuine.
It's who
too.
he is. That's why I feel like it's the best thing. Is the originality is, to me, the key of being an artist. Because if you yourself, you got unlimited use of sources of what you can create.
Right.
If you're trying to be someone else, you got to keep taking from them. You got to keep finding what the new thing is. It's hot. Like, I feel like that stops up an artist.
When more and more artists come out doing that, that's when I feel like we'll be back on top. And we on our way. We definitely on our way. We definitely on our way. I don't know how many Texas artists that really are in the game right now that's killing it, you know. And a lot of people don't know one of the hottest artists in the game right now is from this very studio that we in. This very studio that we in. Travis Scott, bro. That's arguably the biggest star in the game right now. So that should tell you that we got a lot more that's resting in this place. You know what I'm saying? So once that opens up, man, sky's the limit, bro. We gonna see like Atlanta taking over the game, Houston will take over the game.
Any last words? Want to wrap up? Shout out show.
Yeah, man. Big Little Brother out right now on all streaming platforms. Make sure you go get that. February 24th, the Big Little Brother concert. I got my boy Blair. I got my boy Freddie Inglewood there. It's powered by Modern Life Mag. Shout out to my boy Greg, man. We're about to turn the city up, bro. So make sure y'all go out. Tickets only $10 right now. TrustandBanko.com. Much love, bro.
Ever since the Tyler going up the Tyler knew I want to stay there. See the whole fucking playground. Now you niggas wanna play now? Oh, you hoes want to play now?